Les Petits Anges is rebranding. A new chapter begins. Introduction. Les Petits Anges is entering an important new chapter. As of April, the organization is officially rebranding to better reflect its mission, values, and the breadth of its work within communities. This rebrand is not a change in heart. It is a change in clarity. Why the rebrand is happening. The decision to rebrand was made for two key reasons. One, expanding beyond oncology. Over the years, Les Petits Anges has significantly supported communities in many meaningful ways. While fundraising for cancer-related causes has been an important part of its history, the organization's impact extends far beyond oncology alone. The previous name unintentionally limited public perception of the charity's broader humanitarian efforts. 2. Eliminating public confusion. The term oncology has frequently been confused with gynecology, leading to misunderstandings about the organization's focus. Clarity is essential for growth, partnerships, and community trust. The rebrand ensures that the organization's identity is easily understood and accurately represented. The official former name was Les Petits Anges Radiation Oncology Charity. While meaningful in its origin, the name no longer fully represents the organization's wider mission and evolving work. The new name, the organization has now rebranded to Les Petits Anges, April's Little Angels. Trade name, Les Petits Anges, April's Little Angels registration number, TN278813990. The simplified and more personal name better reflects the heart of the organization and its commitment to serving important causes within communities. Mission and community focus. Les Petits Anges, April's Little Angels, continues to serve meaningful and important causes within communities. The rebrand represents clarity, not a departure from its values, but clearer expression of them. The new name emphasizes compassion, accessibility, and community-centered support, a commitment to fair trade. An important principle of the organization is fair trade, the belief in exchanging goods and services for equal value. Fair trade reflects integrity, fairness, and sustainability in partnerships and community engagement. This is of special significance. This rebrand holds special significance as it honors the backbone of Little Angels, Sister Mary Shea FCJ, whose vision and guidance helped shape the organization from the very beginning. It all began with Peggy Bullshields, known for her distinctive snakeskin slippers, and the early support of Sister Mary FCJ. Their collaboration laid the foundation for the charity's mission and values, including its early engagement with the Beth Israel Synagogue of Lethbridge, Alberta. By highlighting these origins, the rebrand not only clarifies the organization's focus, but also pays tribute to the pioneers who helped Little Angels grow into the compassionate, community-driven organization it is today. Moving forward, rebranding is about growth and clarity. Les Petits Anges, April's Little Angels, is stepping into this new phase with a renewed sense of identity, one that better communicates its mission, strengthens its public presence, and continues its dedication to serving communities with compassion and fairness. Volunteering in Africa can be a wonderful thing. Volunteering in Africa can be a powerful and life-changing experience when approached with humility, responsibility, and long-term commitment. Through outreach in Kenya, Ghana, Burundi, South Sudan, the Central African Republic, Rwanda, Senegal, and Tanzania, Les Petits Anges, April's Little Angels has focused on humanitarian relief, education, child rights advocacy, and sustainable village support. The April family and friends have traveled across the continent, concentrating especially on small villages where needs are greatest. Kenya, displaced communities in flood recovery. In Kenya, volunteers have worked in areas affected by severe flooding. During heavy rains, water falls so rapidly that the earth cannot absorb it, creating deep trenches and craters. Some of these areas were later declared disaster zones. Images from these regions show displaced families living in refugee camps, torn tents, and schools constructed from tin. Parents have held their children on their backs or shoulders for extended periods to keep them safe from rising waters. Despite extreme hardship, the children remain joyful and resilient, laughing and interacting with one another, often unaware of the severity of their circumstances. Students and volunteers help replace ripped tents with modest homes, using supplies provided free by Habitat for Humanity. The Angels also delivered truckloads of fair trade grain and essential goods to help families survive and rebuild. These are among the poorest of the poor, yet their spirit reflects dignity, strength, and hope. Ghana, education, technology, and lasting legacy. In Ghana, the focus has been long-term empowerment through education. Refurbished computers from Canada were donated to schools, providing students with access to digital literacy and modern learning tools. Professor Georges from the Electrical Engineering Department at École Polytechnique was extremely active in refurbishing computers brought home for this initiative. Additional support came from Vasu Sheshadri, professor of English as a second language at Concordia University, and his friend Patrick, who helped ensure additional computers were sent to promote education among underprivileged communities. The work in Ghana was closely connected to Dr. Sebastian Atta, who was born in Africa and later recognized as king of the district in Nafrongo. Though he resided in Canada, he remained deeply committed to uplifting his homeland. Dr. Atta has since passed away, and his contributions are respectfully honored. The refurbished computer donation from Canada to Ghana continue to serve students today, a living legacy of his dedication. Rwanda and conservation awareness. In Rwanda, awareness of conservation and sustainable development includes initiatives connected to the Gen Fossey Gorilla Fund, internationally recognized for protecting endangered mountain gorillas. Kigali is widely regarded as a relatively safe city, with low crime rates. However, village life throughout Rwanda still requires significant improvements in infrastructure, education, and economic opportunity. Burundi, South Sudan, and Central African Republic. In Burundi, South Sudan, and the Central African Republic, volunteering efforts have focused on humanitarian awareness, village support, and strengthening child rights. These regions face ongoing challenges related to poverty, instability, and access to basic services. Responsible volunteering in these areas requires sensitivity, cultural respect, and collaboration with local leadership. Senegal, child labor concerns. In Senegal, particularly in the Kaolack region, concerns remain regarding child labor laws and enforcement. Certain agricultural zones, including dangerous cocoa-producing areas in part of Africa, highlight the importance of protecting children from exploitation. Those wishing to help are encouraged to focus on education. One meaningful step is contacting a school in the Kaolack region directly to send school supplies, ensuring children receive resources that support learning and opportunity. Want to teach? For those interested in volunteering through education, opportunities may be found in Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda. Teaching in village communities can make a significant difference, particularly where schools lack sufficient staff, materials, or technology. Educational outreach must always prioritize child protection, dignity, and sustainable collaboration with local communities. Child rights and ethical volunteering. Volunteering must always promote protection of vulnerable children, safe access to education, ethical and fair trade practices, sustainable community-led development. True volunteering strengthens communities rather than creating dependency. It respects local culture, supports long-term empowerment, and prioritizes the well-being of children above all. A message from April. The April family and friends have traveled all over the continent of Africa, focusing especially on little villages. This is condensed information. Thank you for your interest. All correspondence is welcomed. Text for 38-393-5089. Share your story or questions. The Angels never send money requests by text or phone calls. Please refrain from using this site for money donations. Please visit again. Thank you for your support in volunteering. Please see our channel, Queen and the Talking Flute Uploads. With love to Alberta from Montreal. Les Petits Anges, April's Little Angels, has proudly extended its support beyond Montreal, reaching communities across Canada, including Alberta. University of Alberta Bursaries. Little Angels established bursaries at the University of Alberta in support of future medical professionals. One distinguished recognition is the Dr. 7 Award, named in honor of the 7 virtues of medical doctor, reflecting integrity, compassion, knowledge, responsibility, dedication, service, and ethical practice. University of Alberta Bursary recipients. 2012, Mary Aniam Pansa. 2011, Jane Osewari. 2010 Mary Karimidi Cordy. We congratulate these outstanding students and wish them continued success in their medical careers. Little Angels Sports, Montreal, Community, Education, and Wellness. In Montreal, Les Petits Anges, April's Little Angels has actively promoted sports, wellness, and educational outreach as part of its community initiatives. Tennis, community, and awareness. Events included tennis tournaments, post-game gatherings, and light lunches, generously donated by A.L.'s Vasu Shishadri, a respected professor of English as a second language at Concordia University. These activities combined athletic engagement with cancer awareness and community connection, promoting education through technology. Vasu's friend, Patrick, received a computer and was inspired to send an additional computer to support education for underprivileged children. This thoughtful act highlights the Angels' commitment to empowering communities through access to learning resources, bridging both sport and education in their outreach. Directors and community supporters. Lou Tennis Tournament members. Monkland, Ninja Patrick, Vasu Shishadri. Television support, Mutsumi Takahashi. These collaborative efforts fostered a stronger, healthier, and more educated community in Montreal, all while spreading awareness about cancer prevention and early detection. Congratulations. Congratulations to the University of Alberta students. We wish you continued success in your studies and future careers. And to all students internationally, we wish you the very best. To École Polytechnique, Montreal, thank you to the young students who, over the years, brought so much happiness and pride to Professor Jordamil April. Professor April's dedication to the electrical engineering department and research contributed meaningfully to both academic excellence and community impact. The inspiration shared between professor and students remains part of the lasting legacy of education, mentorship, and innovation. With appreciation to all who continue to learn, teach, and uplift others through knowledge. Honoring Montreal's baseball legacy, Little Angels also paid tribute to the Montreal Expos, honoring Larry Walker and former team players. Special recognition was given at Jerry Park in Montreal, celebrating the legacy of the Expos and their connection to the community. Music sponsors and supporters. Little Angels has been supported by generous musical sponsors, including Blue Music www.blue.ca. Special thanks to Jason Lipstein, Michael Rain, Sarah Sokol. Your contributions have helped bring music, awareness, and heart to many Little Angels events. Health advocacy and asthma prevention. Dr. Chauhan, MD, generously supported Little Angels by presenting an educational slideshow addressing the dangers of secondhand smoke, particularly its impact on babies, children, and teenagers with asthma. His key message, don't smoke around babies. Dr. Chauhan emphasized asthma prevention and the importance of protecting children from secondhand smoke exposure. Although Dr. Chauhan and his family have since relocated to Winnipeg, Montreal deeply misses this wonderful family, including Grandpa. Fundraising for the Shriners of Montreal. Little Angels proudly organized a fundraiser in support of the Shriners of Montreal. At the conclusion of the evening, the funds raised were immediately presented to the Shriners' representative. Shriner Ken O'Donnell encouraged Mrs. April to continue her education and advocacy efforts in cancer services, reminding everyone, early detection saves lives. See your doctor regularly for checkups. It's all for the kids on the Hill. National awareness support. Mrs. April also met with the Honorable Erwin Kodler, who supported the distribution of important educational pamphlets across Canada, particularly in hospitals and maternity wards. The message was clear and urgent. Families and friends should never smoke around infants or children. We extend our sincere thanks for this important national support in protecting children's health. A heartfelt thank you. Les Petits Anges. April's Little Angels extends gratitude to all volunteers, sponsors, musicians, medical professionals, and community partners who have contributed to its mission. Congratulations once again to the University of Alberta students. With appreciation and hope for continued impact, Mrs. April, Little Angels proudly salutes. Les Petits Anges. April's Little Angels proudly salutes and honors those who serve above and beyond the call of duty. We recognize the individuals who, through tears, joy, and unwavering dedication, help make our communities safer, healthier, and stronger places to live. honoring our dedicated Sea of Blue. With heartfelt gratitude, we thank our dedicated Sea of Blue, the men and women of law enforcement who serve with courage and commitment. We were honored to recognize past SBVM Chief Commander Mario Frappi, recipient of the First Community Peace and Health Angel Award Trophy. This award reflects outstanding leadership and service in promoting community well-being. Police 33, promoting health through sport. Special recognition is given to Police Badge number 33, representing dedication to health education and youth engagement through sports initiatives including cricket, baseball, community outreach and park extension, the historic home of the Montreal Expos. These efforts demonstrate how athletics can unite communities while promoting wellness and positive values. Honoring the Montreal Expos and Larry Walker. The Angels proudly honor the Montreal Expos and baseball legend Larry Walker, who practiced at Jerry Park in Montreal. Larry Walker proudly wore number 33, a number symbolically connected to community dedication and outreach. The tribute celebrates not only athletic excellence, but also the enduring spirit of Montreal's baseball legacy, community leadership, and animal advocacy. We also recognize Ms. Ain and McEnany, Irish Angels community representative and environmental and animal welfare advocate. Ms. McEnany volunteered with the Angels and frequently spoke about responsible pet ownership, proper care for abandoned animals, community compassion for vulnerable creatures. She is pictured presenting brand new December donations to Police Officer number 33 in appreciation of service and community partnership. Her dedication reflects the broader mission of the Angels, compassion in action. Jewish community representatives. The Angels are proud to present the Sokol family as valued community representatives. Abba and Sarah Sokol and their children, Naomi, Adam, Elon, and Orly. Sarah Sokol, a popular vocalist, generously volunteered her talents at Angels events, including fundraising dinners, musical evenings, Battle of the Bands, events promoting cancer awareness. The message consistently shared: early detection saves lives. In a touching act of generosity, Sarah's daughter Naomi cut her beautiful long hair and donated it to a young girl recovering from cancer, helping fulfill her dream of wearing a ponytail clip again. This act embodies the heart of the Angels' mission: kindness, dignity, and hope, supporting the Shriners. The Angels also proudly support the Shriners by donating new toys to bring comfort and joy to children in care. Through recognition, service, advocacy, and generosity, Les Petits Anges, April's Little Angels continues to celebrate those who uplift our communities, from law enforcement and athletes to musicians, volunteers, and families.